China is back in the spotlight, this time over blocking and water cannoning a Philippine military supply boat in the South China Sea. This boat was delivering a new batch of troops, food, water and fuel to the Philippines, occupied second Thomas Shoal in the disputed waters. While China says Philippines violated its territorial rights, Philippines says it would defend its claim and called on China to follow rules-based international order. The Philippines Coast Guard has released footage of a Chinese Coast Guard vessel blocking and using a water cannon in the direction of Philippine vessels in the South China Sea. Philippines authorities said the incident took place last Saturday near the second Thomas Shoal, which Manila calls Ayungin Shoal. It is a submerged reef where a handful of its troops live on a rusty World War II era US ship that was intentionally grounded in 1999. China's Coast Guard countered that it had implemented necessary controls in accordance with the law to deter Philippine ships. It has accused Philippines of trespassing and carrying illegal building materials. The Philippines government summoned China's ambassador and presented a strongly worded diplomatic protest over the Chinese Coast Guard's use of water cannons against its vessels in the disputed South China Sea. Lashing out at China, the Philippines say they had no right to block their vessels and vow to continue protecting the shore. Philippines says it would uphold 2016 arbitral award giving the country rights in the South China Sea.
Under the leadership of President Marcos, we will uphold the implementation of the 2016 arbitral award in relation to our rights in the West Philippine Sea in defense of a rules-based international order. Our position is clear. The award is final and indisputable.
President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., asserted his country's sovereignty and territorial rights despite challenges in the South China Sea.
We continue to assert our sovereignty. We continue to assert our territorial rights in the face of all of these challenges and consistent with the international law and UNCLOS especially. So that is always been our stand, and that will. But we still have to keep communicating with the Chinese government, with President Xi, with Beijing. We still have to keep communicating with them because we need to really come to a conclusion.
Reacting to the developments, China's foreign ministry has accused the Philippines of violating China's sovereignty and the declaration on the conduct of parties in the South China Sea. It has also warned the U.S. Department of State to stop supporting the Philippines on the violation of Chinese sovereignty in the South China Sea. The Chinese Coast Guard's use of water cannons was not the first time. It was also sprayed at Manila's boats on a mission to supply food and water to a handful of troops living aboard a rusty warship on November 2021. This triggered a huge row with the Philippines. The tense confrontation on Saturday was the latest flare-up in the long seething territorial conflicts involving China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Brunei. China claims ownership over virtually the entire strategic waterway, despite international rulings that invalidated Beijing's vast territorial claims, such as that in 2016 by the Permanent Court of Arbitration, an international body based in The Hague.